Robots ain't gonna give you no. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Tiffany Ave Takes. Scientists say that women will be having more sex with robots than men in 2025. This whole robot thing is going too far. First, it was doing a task around the house, but now we're stepping into intimate, full-blown sessions with robots. I can't. It's so many things that can go wrong. There are so many things that can go wrong with that. There's no way. Okay. First of all, I just want to say that human interaction can never be equally replaced by a robot. Me personally, I just can't see it. Like, I can't see it happening. I can't see a robot having Riz. Like, everything. Okay, first of all, it's not just the action, it's the lead up to the action. Okay, what would have to have gone wrong in my life for me to resort to this? I only see one positive, and that's no STI, STD. That's the only positive thing. Now, if that's the case, you can stick to the deals and the bunnies and the roses and the whatever. My initial thoughts is robots are cold. And they'll probably make them so I guess they have like heat. I would love to have a video to analyze the robot. Like that would make me happy. And the article says in 2016, futurist Dr. Ian Pearson predicted that by 2025, women would engage more frequently in sexual activities with robots than with human partners. First of all, no, they're not going to go to a robot more than a human. One thing's first, I don't even see this being a black thing. Now, it may be for entertainment purposes, OnlyFans, Pornhub, that type of thing, something. But in your everyday life, I don't see this being a black woman thing. I don't. We all know who this is for. But I will entertain it for the video. And a robot is not outperforming a black man. So let's just they may can outperform others. But I just can't see it. At least for me. Like, is a robot gonna talk you through it? Okay, back to the article. He suggested that as artificial intelligence and robotics advance, societal acceptance of intimate relationships with machines would increase. Ahead, Pearson anticipated by 2050, robots might surpass human men in sexual interactions. Said what I said. I don't care how well you've programmed something. It's just like, come on. Pisces. Imagination is big for me. And I can't even put together a scenario where I think that would be necessary. And another fear I would have in this scenario is malfunction. What if like there's a power outage mid mission? Like, am I alone in this, ladies? Like, I feel like some people are just gonna want to do it just to say they're doing it. I've never been one of those. Yuck at the thought. What is the foreplay in this? Like they're I feel like they're just gonna have the motion. Nothing else to the vibes. And that's trash. If anything, and not to be sexist, but if anything, I see probably men would do this more so than women. I don't know why they said women would do it more. Um, and they didn't explain that in the article. I guess because they think it's so hard for women to find partners, they have to resort to robots. Well, let me tell you, it's not a robot in this world that exists. It's not a time frame in this world that I need to go without to consider this. Like I feel like they would program it to have like key phrases. A big part of sessions is chemistry, right? And I feel like robots are incapable of having chemistry because they're mechanical. Chemistry is something that can only happen between two humans. Like, say for instance, when it's time to switch things up, am I going to have to hit a button or a control? Or when humans just naturally, like most humans, can naturally observe when it's time for a pivot or, adjustment? Like, no. No, it's too much. You would have to put too much thought into what's happening. And the picture on the cover makes it seem like the robot is going to be like full robot, like silver. Yuck. I just think this is getting into dangerous territory, a scary territory, because robots ain't going to give you no. Mm-mm. One of the things that I enjoy is men who watch like for reaction, study the body, how you're reacting to certain things, determining what is needed more of, and kind of just like pushing you to that point. And a robot is going to just be calculated off science. And I feel like, yeah, science, it exists, it's great, but there are some things that can't be determined by mathematics or books or just research. Like, it's just an element of human life and experience. Like these robots will be brand new to the game. Is the robot teachable, or is it like stuck in its ways? Because no. Is the robot programmed to stop at a certain point? Because I may need or want more. I feel like the robots will have trash language. Who's programming the robot? Is it a black man? Is it a white man? Makes a difference. I feel like they're gonna be programmed by the whites. First of all, this whole thing, like I said before, it's not that moment would be, if I were to entertain it, I feel like that moment would be ruined before it even started. Because do I just show up disrobed, or is the robot gonna derobe? I got that from Trey Songz, by the way. Is the robot giving Trey Songz, or is the robot giving Jack Harlow? Maybe Trey Songz is a bad example. I had a crush on Trey Songz for a long time. I know. I'm just saying someone that gives like a vibe would be just raw, unfiltered, no holding back, never be the same type energy. And to be honest, I can't think of another celebrity example of that experience, because I feel like it's levels to those men, and Trey Songz, just from the music, it seems like the more one aligned with my appetite. Other celebrities really don't give sensual energy. Like if you're an actor or whatever, like I really can't think of anyone. I feel like content, that side of themselves, well, maybe they do, but it's just not like, people don't really give it up like that about their, like, I guess, ways on through content, just kind of have to read the person. And I've read a couple. I'm gonna cut it out. But it's just like, I feel like it would be a lackluster experience. This is basically just like going to the self checkout. Like you're doing all the work. It's just there doing the bare minimum. It's much better when you go to a checkout with a human. They interact with you, they talk to you, Talking is a big part of the event. for me. What's happening? Like, is the robot a human or is the robot just something you turn on and off? Like, do you power it down? What if you go to power it down and it doesn't power off? Are we counting robots as bodies? I just, you know what? Will they design the robot to get you pregnant? Because knowing them, they be like, oh, and they don't tell you, knowing them, because they be like, you know how they saying the birth rate is at an all-time low. They low key done put some seeds up in the robot. Next thing you know, same issues. And you pop up and you done got some white man's baby. Whew. Mm-mm. It's enough.